Hello everyone, this is Mike137, and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, this is going to be the final trial of the entire first game. Because this is it. Final day trial former, this is the final trial in the entire game. After this trial, I'll probably take a break from the Ace Attorney series in general on this channel, and I'll move on to another series. My plan is that this channel is actually going to be swapping off with Danganronpa. So after this whole trial is done, I will be swapping out, and Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc will take its place. Though before I even get into Danganronpa, I need to finish up the rest of my backlog on this channel. So after this is done, I will focus on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team DX, and then after I finish that, I will probably do I'll probably try to figure out a schedule to do posts for both Danganronpa and Paper Mario the Origami King. Because, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has been going on even longer than Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and I haven't posted a video for that series since 2020, so it's been a while. So yeah. I'm not saying how many, what part of the finale marathon this is, because, I have no clue how many this could be. So, I don't know how long this trial is going to take. I might be able to get it done, maybe 1 or 2 parts, but we'll see what happens. Now, I have to stress, this is the one trial I kind of had to, quickly skim through again to look out, because, well, actually, you know what, I'll say it now, actually. If you don't want to be spoiled on what I'm about to talk about, just skip to this part of the video, and we'll join back up there. So, basically, this could be a prompt at some point in the trial with Damon Gant. Is going to basically prompt us to show the cloth we got with Emma's handprint on it. We cannot, I repeat, we cannot show that cloth the first time we are prompted to show it, because that is an instant game over, I have learned. So, so when he prompts us to do that, we have to say no. We do not have this evidence at this time. We cannot show that cloth under any circumstances until the time is right. So that's what I wanted to say. So welcome back. If you're at this time mark, we're going to jump right into the trial. This is it, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, Final Day Trial Former. Yes. Here we go. February 25th, 7:40, whatever, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. This is the defendant lobby, alright? But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Ronald all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? Almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth. Edgeworth! Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 77777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Scott will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something. The only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? Well, at least we're cooperating a bit, I guess. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. February 25th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Luana Sky. Huh. It's refreshing to finally hear this voice again, I will say. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Only this is what the prosecutor puts forth his opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant? Hello, I've teleported into the room. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Archie, you been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I could top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Excuse me, I stopped the music. Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. This isn't gonna be good. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I would like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! Ooh, going right into the tense stuff. Hang on. Objection! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, she's denouncing me as her attorney! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficient to prove in this case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears that there is no need to further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. We didn't even start yet. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant. Yes, finally. Objection! One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Huh? With the sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Oh, hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Huh? The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Man, Edgeworth going hard? I liked acting, I like voicing for that, that's pretty good. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. This is gonna get weird. Emma's here first. Oh no. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana Skye's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark, the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, most certainly is. Well, okay then! You sure gave in fast! No. Like, Edgeworth just gave him, like, the red-eyed death glare. The judge, like, oh! No. Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Here we go. Witness testimony 2 years ago. Start! I was waiting in my sister's office that day. The man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. He passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does his testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. Defense may begin cross-examination. Wait. Did I get renounced as the attorney here? I guess I'm still on the job. Okay, I better get paid. I better get compensated for this. Anyways, I don't think we need to press that. Don't think we need to press that either. What should I? Press it. Hold it! Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped out dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on. The lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? I feel like to ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning. Objection! But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, good, we got it. So, I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Well, guess what? It's not lost. I don't know, do I present this now? Should I present this now? I don't know, we'll find out. But this is the back side. I'm gonna check it again to be safe. Pictures drawn on the back of the evidence list is a magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. I've just heard about it, so you know what? We're gonna do it. Yes! Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the S-Online incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it. Ah! What's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. Objection! What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists, fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half the evidence list in that case would ever reached you. What? What? Order, order! Miss Sky, why did you drop your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed to me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Your Honor, Mr. Wright, your eyes are bulging from your head! I don't think that's even possible. Anyways, if the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing at the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Oh, yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth? It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. Is that thing? The blue badger! It's the blue badger! That's a thing. That thing was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list restored and updated in the court record. Wow. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Emma's picture. Start. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder the prosecutor and Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I guess we'll find out what we have to do as well. Although I don't know what. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. After that, I must have fainted. Hold it. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. What? It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? Objection! Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. Even though I'm the boss, technically. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Wait, so is it hinting that I have to show the picture itself? Hang on. Let me check this. So this is the full picture now. I feel as if... Do I have to? Nope, that was wrong. Okay, I'm gonna press something else. Oh, shoot. At the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who would come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. Just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? I'm gonna press this too, because I don't know. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. Objection! The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trouble of this rage understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture... Okay. I feel like there's gotta be something I have to present at this statement here, but I don't remember what. I guess this is the last one I didn't press. So, did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gant along the sky. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? That's where, okay, that's like back on the shadows. I guess, oh wait, what if I present the blue, what if I present the blue badger? Wait, is that it? Oh, come on. Wait, stabbed into the back. If he was facing the front, then... Yes! Okay, that's it, we got it, okay. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. But this picture contradicts the autopsy report. It contradicts the autopsy report. I guess I'm trying to figure out what this was. Let's see. The knife, I guess? Oh, okay. We're good. The contradiction report lies here. Look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken. You don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off of the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Objection! And where, pray how could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah! What's the meaning of this? Objection! Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Objection! Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does this mean? Objection! The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. Objection! That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Objection! Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. You've forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Dang it, he's right. Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During this questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not lying. That man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one? I think there could be another one. There is another one! The witness is as adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. It can't be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Do I have to present the, shield? If anything's broken here, it's you. Okay, no, that's not right. Huh. I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright, but I'm everybody who wants got hands in the mouth. Ah! Sorry, Your Honor. Please give me another chance. Oh, shoot. I lost my chance to save stake it. Okay, so it's not the King of Prosecutors trophy. I was wrong about that. Oh, I have to show the photo, don't I? The photo, not the actual picture. Fine. Wait. Huh? Yeah, okay. Take that! The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is the picture of the award ceremony. Ah! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice what prosecutor Marshall is holding? That's a broken knife. As we already concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, what I saw was in all likelihood from this award. Order! Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. Objection! But that can't be! Oh? And why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because the King of Prosecutors' award knife was the murder weapon, and the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Oh, we're called Hold It. Oh, Emma. Hold it! I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back. I knew it! This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half the time I drew this picture. All this time you're trying so hard to forget. You must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall this guy? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. Witness testimony, Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. The blue badger! He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Huh. Okay, that's certainly most unusual. Objection! Try impossible! The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Well, yes, well, the defense may now begin cross-examination. Hold it, you called it. Stop, please. Hold it. Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. Huh? We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the core of the matter. Emma's recollection. Woo! When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. Okay, hold it! Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was too when I saw him in the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him somewhere before. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? Where in the room did you see him dance? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw the shadow. I'm gonna have to present... I think I present the jar now on this statement. Yep. Objection! The mysterious blue badge was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But, Mr. Wright, that doesn't look like the Blue Badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? Gotta show them. Correct angle to look at this from. And... just... hang on. Wait. How do I... there we go. Wee! Really angle this upward. Hang on. There we go. Okay. See, now I see it. Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar resembles to the Blue Badger. No. It can't be! Order! Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed the day of the crime was actually this. Objection! Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. Doesn't change anything. Objection! I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The location? I guess? I think? I don't know. The location? Allow me to take these in turn. The moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of this jar is shown in this picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. Objection! But the butter is found lying near Lana Sky's desk. What has testified so herself? Objection! Yes, and as these two facts reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened in the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office. Objection! Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. Oh. If there wasn't a reason, you wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? Finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now, tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact of the man was made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah, the suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright can't be thinking. Yes, there was another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. That's a yikes. Well, it's happened. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? I'm not shouting that at full volume. Not here. Oh, and she passed out. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was a witness who took the victim's life, and that proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Objection! What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. Huh? If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Ashworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any clues of evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If you don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incidents are dead. Ugh. Still, you can't get dead people to testify. Now, what's my eyes here? This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. Huh? You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. It's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murder was the name that the victim may have left behind. Okay, so clarify. This is not the cloth yet, but I do know what we have to present here. So yes, this is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Huh? Our purpose is not to accuse them of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. Going back to the jar, got blood here. Take that! This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. The message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood in some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood. So what are you saying? Is the message... These dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments he left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar with the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. The victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. Gotta connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Okay, so... Yeah, I know what to do here, so I think, at least I think. So, yep, put that down there. We do that. Do I bring... Oh, shoot. I think I messed it up already. Plus... Oh, shoot. I can't I do... Oh, wait. It doesn't really matter, actually. And then... Oh. Take that! It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all, my efforts, I never would have thought it'd turn out like this. Emma. So, this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have... Okay, nothing was missed. Damon Gant just came back and told us stuff, and now everyone was on a riot, and now we're back here. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Able to say that the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued. Okay, so that is the end of this part. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to like and subscribe, and turn notification bells so no new videos are running. That is all. I'll see you next time as we continue into the trial ladder. Goodbye.